What is up, everyone? This is Press X to Start Podcast Season 6, Episode 1. Press X to Start Podcast is an audio and video podcast seeking to transform the video game media landscape through an underserved and protected point of view. I am your host, DJ, aka The Last Raven, aka Sexy Bad Choices. Oh, y'all gonna figure out what The Last Raven is very soon. Well, probably in about a couple years, but whatever. Who else is here?
How you gonna say pretty soon and then a couple years? Anyway,
Cause
I'm your heavyweight champion from Witch Nigga, California, aka the janitor because we watch niggas, aka the Kraken's black color. The Kraken's black cousin, the Crack-a-lackin'. There we go.
I got real racist and he pulled it back.
It's your boy Jordan, aka JXBot, aka the Last Spectre. Sure,
Okay, all right. We're all the last of something. And Avery?
The Last of Us.
Yes, I'm Avery. Yes.
You almost forgot it, but you pulled it in at the very end. I like it. All right. That is who we are. And before we get into the highlights of this episode, I just like to make one thing clear. This is the Gundam crew. Now you might be wondering.
Goodbye.
Wait. We all like Gundam in some way, shape, or form, and it just dawned on me. I was like,
I'm more the person.
Avery left as Marcus returned, so we'll wait for everyone to return so I can explain why this is so important. It just dawned on me as I was brushing my teeth that we all love Gundam in some way, shape, or form. So, it's pretty cool. Gundam Seed, G Gundam.
I don't love Gundam Seed.
No, not you. Jordan. Jordan loves Gundam Seed.
No,
Is
Double
it
O.
Is it?
Double O.
Double O. There we go. And then Marcus loves G Gundam. Right, Marcus.
Goddamn right, I
Marcus?
love G Gundam.
Yeah. And you, Avery, you love Blood Orphan, right?
The little chibi Gundam.
Well, okay.
Best Gundam.
Clarification. I love Wing, Blood Orphans, and G Gundam. Those are the only three Gundams I want to have a conversation about.
Hey, that's okay, and I love everything else. So that
No, you don't. We had a specific conversation where you told me that Blood Orphans sucked. So
it's fine. I just don't like Turn a Gun. That's it. Anyways, now we can get to talking about what we've been talking about, which is
I'm cutting this out of the audio, by the way.
100%. I will pay you extra money to do it.
I'll post this as a separate video. And now it is time for the quick hits. Number 1, this comes from GameSpot. PlayStation VR2 detailed and Horizon Call of the Mountain announced. So this is actually an older story while we were on, I guess, quote unquote break. We're not going to talk too much about the VR2 because that requires more time and some more detailed look, but we're not going to do that. So essentially, PlayStation just announced their new PSVR 2 at CES 2022. That's cool. And they also announced Horizon Call to the Mountain, which is going to just be a VR game. Yeah, they showed a clip from it. It looks pretty interesting. In terms of PSVR 2, I'm kind of holding my horses and waiting to see like what that looks like and if there's going to be any kind of what the lineup for the games are going to be, because I have PSVR and I really just played it for a couple of games and that was it. Yeah. What do you guys thoughts on this PSVR 2, the Call of the Mountain announcement?
I am super excited. Horizon is one of my favorite games. More Horizon content, super interesting. More Horizon content is an interesting move from PlayStation of how they see Horizon. As a game franchise. So because they could have easily just done an Astrobot thing and been like jumped on that cachet, but they were like, no, we're gonna make a AAA Horizon thing for this project. So I'm super interested in that. I think I'm on the opposite spectrum of you. If I get a chance to get my hands on the PSVR 2, I'm going to get it. I really enjoyed my PSVR. I didn't play it as much as I thought I would, but that's only because That's less of there weren't games for it and more of I don't have the time and energy to set up my PSVR right now to do it. I also really don't have the space because the only place I can play my PSVR is in my living room at home, which I share with my entire family. I can't really do it in my room.
Right.
That being said, everything the specs of the PSVR 2 are super interesting in comparison to the specs of other software. So that pretty much means to me that it's going. The only question mark with PSVR 2, which I don't think is a question mark, it does because it doesn't make sense to do this, is its compatibility library. But in a world where the PlayStation 5 is backwards compatible with the PlayStation 4, I see no reason why the PSVR 2 wouldn't be backwards compatible. And with the specs that it's bringing, with the power of the PlayStation 5 as its software, there's no reason that this game won't launch with Half-Life Alyx.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
I don't
Like
care
overall,
about VR,
like
so
right.
that's my stance on it.
Right. How about you, Jordan?
Same. I mean, VR is getting up there. PlayStation, out of all the main gaming companies, is at the leading edge of it. And when VR finally does take off, it will be there. Like it will be there more so
Right.
than Nintendo or Xbox. But VR is still pretty niche right now, and it's like I'm not there yet with VR. And
Yeah,
all
I
four,
don't
like
begrudge
Oculus
it.
and all of them,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
HTC. I just don't do VR at all.
it's
Right.
definitely got
Yeah,
its
like
place, but that's not how I play games, really.
yeah.
Mhm.
I enjoyed my PSVR, but it was like Avery said, like I didn't play it nearly as much as I thought I would. And also my setup is also very cumbersome in terms of I gotta move this, I gotta move
Yeah,
that
don't play
to
VR near
scale.
your child, DJ. Jesus Christ.
And
Don't play
something I
VR
want
near
to
your
and
child.
something I want to point out about PSVR because I think there was an argument about a lack of games for that, and I think people underestimate the amount of games that have PSVR modes in it. Like
Well,
games
that's true too, yeah.
games you would buy normally, not thinking about PSVR that has PSVR support in it.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. This next quick hit is I kind of group these together because I feel like they might be indications of what Project Spartacus could eventually be. So first one is from PlayStation Universe from Dave Carcosa. Carcosa.
Carcosa, true detective.
Oh. There's a new patent from Mark Cerny suggesting PlayStation has solved their backwards compatibility issues. That's pretty cool. And the second article is from VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb saying that Sony is pulling PlayStation Now retail cards from UK retailers. So we know already that the PlayStation Now is going to be a part of PlayStation Plus, and that's going to be what Project Spartacus is rumored to be. But this whole backwards compatibility thing, it's very possible that this could also be another tier of this new subscription service. So
Mhm.
we'll see. I just thought those were interesting. Number 3, it comes from DualShockers Kyle Knight. PlayStation Discord integration could be happening imminently. This is also interesting too. So some Redditor was able to um, force enable PlayStation integration with Discord, and this person posted on the Discord Reddit, and it was taken down by the moderator. So that is an indication of this must be happening very soon. Um, the person that posted it posted images and stuff of it to show that they actually did it. So this is cool. I don't. I put a little note in here. Like I said, I hope this isn't part of Project Spartacus. I really hope that this whole Discord integration thing is just a free thing for everyone, and it's not like part of a tiered system.
Yeah,
I don't know.
if I may, this Discord system will help solve PlayStation's need for communication between PCs and PlayStation, because I
Yeah,
don't think that pathway is currently there.
Right.
Unlike Xbox, like they just need an application that's going to allow PlayStation users to communicate with on their PCs. I don't believe the
Right.
PlayStation app on the I don't think there's a PlayStation app on Windows right now. There's a Discord app. There's other voice apps, but I think Discord may be their pathway to bridge those communiques.
I hope that this integration is going to be embedded into the PlayStation and not just you can connect your PlayStation app to Discord app, and then I just hope that it's going to be like revolutionary and not just like
Well, my
have
thing
to.
with what we're asking for, if PlayStation had bought Discord outright, I would have believed that. But for the most part, they only took a minority stake in it, so they can't really.
Yeah.
So linking their entire messaging software through Discord is a weird move.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't
good
think they're
point.
gonna
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
that. I just think like
Yeah.
the Discord app is going to be in a better state than it is on other devices on the
Yeah.
PlayStation, to which you'll be able to like communicate through the app into other devices, like cross-platform or like yeah, like specifically for cross-platform capabilities as they invest more in the PC market.
Right. I just hope that I can take my videos from my console and like send it to myself over Discord so I can download onto my computer because
I
right
mean,
now they have no solution to it.
honestly, what I do is I upload everything to a secret YouTube channel and then just download it from the YouTube channel.
That's a good. I should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Number 4. This comes from Forbes. Paul Tassi. Estimates indicate Xbox Series X/S may be selling nearly as well as PS5. Essentially, Nico Partners analyst Daniel Ahmad says that Xbox Series X and S have shipped at least 12 million units. PS5 has sold 13.4 million units in October 21st. Essentially, you can do some math and guessing to guess that
Math.
Xbox Series X/S is probably around 13 or 14 million units right now, and PS5 is maybe at 15 to 17 million units right now. But I mean, it's pretty close, and both consoles has not reached their saturation point. So it is pretty
Yeah.
much when the consoles get into the stores, people are buying the consoles.
That's the general issue. Is that
Yeah.
I think we're not in a market where like they're just freely out there to really determine like what's more popular. Because even the PlayStation 15, 17 million compared to that makes sense because like, hey, this is the amount they were able to produce. Like
Or exactly.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then the other aspect to this is that PlayStation is extending PS4 productions beyond 2022, while Xbox has stopped production of Xbox One in 2020. So
'Cause,
it's one of those
Xbox
things where
One was hot trash.
Oh yeah, they try to get away from that, but like it
Yeah.
does kind of play into the style here because the
mean,
Xbox
yeah.
Series X is like a quote unquote lower powered version of the Xbox Series X, and it's
Yeah.
easier to produce.
yeah,
But
Jordan.
the PlayStation 5, let's say the PlayStation 5 doesn't have like that lower tier alternative that is more easily to produce, so they had to go back to the 4.
Yeah,
Right.
Jordan. Correct me. What is the specs between the Series S and the Xbox One X?
In terms of resolutions, the Xbox Series S can do 4K at 60 frames per second, while
No,
the Series S can only produce resolutions up to 1440p.
no, I mean like the One X, not the Series X.
Oh, the One X. The One X probably was actually able to finally get to 1080p because the Xbox One was only up to like 900p. Like it was far lower than the PlayStation 4.
So like to Jordan's earlier point, it's pretty much that if you can look in a world where we believe in generations, the PlayStation 4 Pro is now the Series S to the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yup. Okay. Ooh. My computer. There we go. Number 5. This comes from Ubisoft News. Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox, and Rainbow Six Extraction is launching on Xbox Game Pass. That is cool and cool. All right, number 6. This comes from Games Daily. Sam Destoff. We'll go with that. Take-Two acquires Zynga for $12.7 billion.
Call it Zynga.
And for our over 30 crowd, it's not the Zynga you think.
All right. Yeah. So the acquisition by Take-Two includes a number of Zynga-owned studios, including Small Giant Games, Peak Games, Grand Games, or Natural Motion and Rolik. Natural Motion is actually an important one there because they created the drunk system in GTA.
Oh,
I have some
What
feelings
a
about
weird claim to fame.
yeah, right. I have some
we are
weird feelings about
masters of
Zynga.
inebriation.
I have some weird feelings about Zynga because when I started my whole game testing career, I was working for a third party game tester thing, and we worked for Zynga, and they're terrible. They're terrible. So we're just gonna leave it at that.
Spill that
Number
tea,
7. They are- that was a choice. That was a choice. Yeah, number 7. This comes from Games Radar Plus by Vicky Blake. A new Armored Core game is reportedly in development. Because we're short on time, I'm just gonna keep it short, because this is gonna be a story that everyone hears for this entire year. This entire year, you're gonna hear about Armored Core, boy. You're gonna hear about it. Anyways,
I'm happy
also,
for you, DJ.
thank you.
I'm happy for Front Software. They've been flying too high.
I'll take
They've been
that.
flying-
I'll take
They've been
that.
flying too high for to the sun recently. They need to get knocked down a couple pegs.
Yikes.
Oh, they will by Elden Ring. Although I picked that for my fantasy league, so I may be screwing myself. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. So essentially, a consumer survey reported from Elden Ring developer From Software has revealed a new Armored Core installment and is in development. So this survey showed some pictures. There was a video, and the person describing it said that if you know Armored Core, which a lot of people don't know Armored Core, it's giant mechs. You shoot guns. You have missiles. You have melee options, and that's a lot of what people saw in this survey. And this is an earlier story happened like a few years ago where I forget his name, but the creator of the Soul series talked about how he also
Hidetaki Miyazaki.
nailed it.
Yeah.
He talked about how he also wanted to go back to Armored Core and stuff. So it just happened to be the time where that's going to happen. Okay, number 8. This comes from Deadline's Alexandria Del Rosario. Did I nail that?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, my Spanish paid off in the end, eventually. All right, Storm Reed cast in Last of Us show. She'll be playing the role of Riley, Ellie's best friend that she lost during the initial fall of the world.
It's
For those
2021. She's not her. They're not friends.
Oh yeah, you're
They're
right.
young lovers. It's 2021.
I'll say
yes.
I'll say that they were friends up until they kissed, and then she died. So, like, I don't know if I would call them full-on lovers.
That's why I said young
just-
lovers. I said young lovers. I'm only clarifying this because it's one of those things of like the representation of Ellie and Riley in regards to conversations about Last of Us.
Fair.
By the way, Avery, it's 2022.
In my head, it's still 2021.
That's
In my head, it's still 2020. But for those of you who don't know who Storm Reed is, she was in The Wrinkle in Time. She plays Rue's sister in Euphoria. And she was in... I feel like there's something else that I'm missing. But yeah, that's
I know she works a lot with Ava DuVernay.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I felt like it was necessary to bring up this story outside of what we're going to segue into for the heavy hitter is by the fact that they're having Riley in the show, it makes me even more confused as to what this show is going to be and what they're tackling, because Riley only showed up in the DLC for the first game, and I don't know if this game is going to be, I don't know if this show is going to be a one-to-one retelling of the first Last of Us game leading up to Last of Us 2, or if it's going to be something more loose format. I'm very curious.
I'm hoping this doesn't go the Walking Dead route. And I understand people like this, but I didn't. Where the first sort of arc of Walking Dead ends with a certain character's death, but they didn't do that, and that character just kept showing up throughout most of the rest of the show to a certain point for drama. In my regard is, I think from the Storm Reed casting and how late it is, that they're going to do they're going to throw in Left Behind as an episode.
Right.
Specifically in that part where it narratively takes place in.
Right. But because it's... Well, it could go either way, I guess, because like Storm Reed is a actress on the rise, so it's not necessarily a stunt casting, but it is a big enough name where I'm wondering if they're just going to have her there for a one-off, or if they're going to have her show up in multiple flashback styles. I do agree with you though, Avery. I'm really hoping that they don't do some in this version of The Last of Us, she never died. And then it's like, well, that
they get to Tommy's camp and she's there, and Ellie has to do the drama of being a young lesbian. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think at that point it would kind of take away something that's very integral to young Ellie's journey. So yeah,
I
we'll see.
think
But
Neil, I relatively trust the creative team, and Neil's involved. The smartest thing they can do is just adapt the show one for one, but for a television medium. You don't need to really change or add stuff. It's the one interesting thing about Last of Us as a game is there's so much background material that you can draw from without having to create stuff full cloth to pad out a runtime.
Yeah. So we shall see.
Before we head on, DJ, I just want to make a quick correction to what I said earlier about the Xbox One X. It does have up to 4K resolutions, and in terms of the comparison between the PS Pro, the PlayStation 4 Pro, and the Xbox Series S, the Xbox Series S does have more RAM and processing power compared to the Pro. It's not a unilateral comparison, but the Pro was still one hell of a console.
Cool. All right. Well, that has been our quick hits.